WeenCast, a Ween podcast with Shane and Rory.
Hey, what's up? This is Shane.
And this is Rory.
And this is WeenCast. And we welcome you to the 2021 WeenCast Megatacular Fan Favorite Song Contest episode results.
Booyah! Results episode coming at ya.
Results episode, I should have said. I fucked it up.
Oh, it's okay. This is NHB tonight. No holds barred. Every acronym I use, I will then define for you. Don't worry.
Hey, we kind of did this last year with just like tell us your favorite Ween story. And this year we kind of wanted to do something a little bit more specific, kind of give everyone like a little bit of guidance of just like, here, say this, tell us this. So we just went with favorite song, and we did get a lot of great results. We got a lot of great entries, and we do have a winner picked out. You know, it's definitely harder than it sounds to pick a favorite song.
Oh, dude. Picking a single favorite Ween song, I mean...
Forget it.
Dude, forget about it. Forget about it.
I mean, it was hard enough for us to pick our top 3 albums, let alone just our favorite songs, but we thought it would be fun to kind of join in and tell our favorite songs as well. So not only are we going to do the results from the contest, but we also want to chime in with our favorites towards the end of the episode.
Yeah. So we've got nine entries. Big thank you to all the fans out there contributing entries for the contest. And yeah, dude, we were inspired to join in the fray. So, and that was hard, man. Coming up with one, you kind of had to decide on like a definition for favorite.
Totally.
I could almost see there being almost like the Academy Awards of Ween songs.
Absolutely.
You know, where it's like you have like 20 different categories, and there could be like a different kind of category that like 20 different Ween songs would be like the best of that category.
Totally, man.
You know, like weirdest song, fastest song, sweetest song, you know, like deepest song, like all kinds of different categories. So, but I guess when we get to that part, we can kind of dive in deeper about like how we went around deciding those. But yeah, dude, we got lots of great entries, and don't forget that the winner is actually winning these beautiful, and we got pictures. I got pictures. Oh my God. So we'll put pictures on the webs so you can see pictures. But West Brandywine Woodworks in the Philly area is making these beautiful Boognish emblazoned beer coasters. And I just saw he's getting them set up. He was getting them set up, and he showed me some pictures. And dude, Shane, it looks good.
Yeah, I think I saw one. I don't know if they were completely finished, but I did see the one picture the other day, and they look fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude, you got basically on the back of one of them is a Boognish, and then on all 4 of them, it's like a puzzle to put together a Boognish that you can arrange the coasters together to make a Boognish. But then they're also each coasters on their own with a part of a Boognish.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really fucking sick. And if you want your own set, you can hook up with him and he'll make you one. They're custom made.
Yeah, dude, totally custom made. Like he makes all kinds of things, cutting boards and frames or wall decorations and things. And yeah, so the coasters is something he does, but he rocked it out and made these custom Ween ones. So that's what the winner's going to get. The winner gets a free set of those.
Yeah, he also made a Boognish cutting board for our winner from last year, and it was just, I saw pictures of that and just really fucking sick, man. So if you want some coasters, or you want a cutting board, or if you have something else that you'd like to have the Boognish put into, I'm sure he would be happy to talk to you about making it for you. So hook up with him, West Brandywine Woodworks.
Yeah, dude, they're a pretty awesome company, and make some really cool woodwork. Anyway, man, with that all being said, shall we get on to it?
Yeah, so we have these in a random order, am I right?
Yeah, so this is what we'll do here. We got basically it's a random order, except we saved the best for last. So the last two we're going to call the finalists. But then the other ones are like totally random.
Totally, man.
Save the best for last. Leave a little bit of drama for your mama.
Sounds perfect.
Is your cutting board dried out, ugly, and lacking luster? Do your tables have too many water rings to count and need a fix? Are your kitchen utensils old and damaged? Maybe you just want to add a little bit of natural wood beauty to your home. Whatever it is, you can count on West Brandywine Woodworks to provide for you. We make high-quality, custom hardwood items for your home. From cutting boards to shelving, West Brandywine Woodworks has you covered. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Mention WeenCast when you order for 21% off. So give us a like and a follow, and don't forget to mention WeenCast for 21% off your order. West Brandywine Woodworks. Custom simplicity for your home.
So should we play the first one? So the first entry comes from Jeffrey or Geoffrey. I'm not exactly sure.
It would be cooler if it's Joffrey.
I know. Let's go with Geoffrey.
It's got to be Transdermal Celebration. The line, but the mutants that I see shine a beauty unto me. I wish you could see them. Chokes me up every time. And then we found out that Diener did that solo on Carlos Santana's guitar in some freight location before Santana played on the Today Show or something. The song epitomizes everything that Ween does right. The lyrics, the songwriting, the musicianship. It just doesn't get any better than Transdermal Celebration.
Yeah, dude. And Joffrey, thank you for the entry. Yeah, dude. Transdermal Celebration is a great tune, and I pulled the lyrics up actually, and that's a great line that he was referring to, the mutants that I see. You know, it's a great example of, dude, Ween, like, lyrically, you know, is like poetry, can be like poetry, you know, and really beautiful, and you have to, like, unpack it, and it has, like, multiple layers.
Dude, I mean, great pick. I remember when Quebec first came out, and just listening to this jam, like, over and over and over, and just being like, wow, what a fucking amazing song. I mean, it's definitely, if not my favorite from Quebec, I mean, it's in like the, you know, top two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the most rocking and the most like straight to the jugular, I think, from Quebec, and just, I fucking love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, dude. No, it's a great tune. It's a rockin' tune, and it's one of the kind of big, you know, pop songs from Quebec.
Yeah, if it's token to say that one's my favorite, oh well. You know what I mean? I know it was sort of the token single from Quebec, but, you know, just a great jam.
You know, and that doesn't take anything away from it being someone's favorite. We can't always help what song's going to be the number one, and we don't know what song we're going to fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all good. But yeah, so anyway, and I also really love that he brought up that the whole story with Diener grabbing a hold of, stealing Santana's guitar so he could do it, and then he ended up doing the quick the solo for that song while he had Santana's guitar.
Yeah, if that's true, then the Santana energy definitely comes through on fucking Quebec then.
Yeah, dude, no, it's totally an awesome story, totally Ween story. And you know, I won't repeat the whole story. You can just go online and search for it, and Diener's accounts are out there, so you can totally read all about it.
Definitely a fun piece in the Ween lore.
Yeah, so thank you, Joffrey, for bringing that up. That's awesome. Cool. So you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's play the next one. So the next one is going to be our friend Hotshot Pony. So take it away, sister.
The Argus is my favorite song. The very most favorite song. So you should pick me so I can add all this stuff to my Ween collection. Thanks.
Well, you're very welcome, Hotshot Pony. And I'm sorry to say that you are not the winner, but I totally appreciate your entry. And the Argus is a truly awesome song. The Argus
Totally,
is
man.
one of my favorites. Absolutely.
Totally. That's definitely one of the ones from Quebec. I mean, I was about to say the one from Quebec that you can tell just has the beauty, but I mean, there's some other really beautiful songs on that album. And, you know, that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's one of the most, if not the most, like poetic Ween song like ever written.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's got so many layers of meaning, and I love the mythology of it, like the Ween, like mythos, like the Argus and everything, like contributing to that whole like legendarium of Ween. You know.
I also like how it's kind of more of like a progressive rock tune because it has like the different like sections to it. Like,
True.
you know, the section where it starts off lying in beds of God. You know, it has like the different like pieces. You know.
Yeah, a little bit like the Beatles.
It has the different like sections that connect like throughout the different like parts. It's like it could be
Yeah.
broken up into like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something. You know.
Totally. No, you're right on. Like, actually reminds a little bit like a Pink Floyd or something in that way,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Like a Pink Floyd or like Emerson, Lake and Palmer or something like that.
Yeah, totally. Totes. Dude, you're right on, man. You're on fire tonight, and fuego.
Thanks.
But yes, so, moving right along, our next entry, this is actually coming from last year's winner, Helen, a.k.a. Ween Lebowski. So we'll go ahead and let her tell you all about her favorite tune.
Nice.
I've been racking my brains trying to pick which is my favorite Ween song because there's so many good ones, of course. And then it occurred to me during last night's bout of insomnia that Alkin Road, hands down, I don't even know why I didn't think of this earlier. It's my lullaby. I listen to it when I can't sleep. I put it on repeat and just put it on real low so it's in the background. And it soothes me like nobody's business. It's very mysterious and calming and a little scary or foreboding kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but something about it makes me feel really peaceful and calm. So even though it has a little bit of a mysterious kind of somewhat, I don't know what element, I really enjoy this song.
Yeah, dude. And Helen, that's awesome entry. To be honest, I was totally had this one kind of in the running among some of the better ones. It was a great story about Alkin Road.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surprising that, you know, that would make someone's favorite, in my opinion. No disrespect to the song, because I think it's amazing. I think the way that she laid it out is absolutely perfect in that sort of like mysterious, quiet, you know, it's the kind of thing that like you almost have to be kind of like by yourself in, you know, like in the car, in like a quiet room or something like that, because it's not something that you could just like have on at like a party or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because that could throw somebody off of just like, what the hell is this? You know, like that kind of thing. But it actually is really beautiful, and it's ballsy. You know what I mean? It's the kind of thing where, you know, the first couple of times you hear it, it's like, what the fuck is this? You know, but the fact that it winds up on Quebec is cool. You know what I mean? And it's definitely worthy of being on there, and I'm glad they included it on that album.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I do appreciate Helen sort of talking about the sort of almost foreboding kind of feeling. It's totally like a trance. This is almost like entrancing. It's almost like an incantation.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading Lord of the Rings, and in Fellowship, the Barrow-wights, it's like has this like incantation from the depths, sort of like entrancing Frodo. And anyway, not that this is like about Barrow-wights, but it really does have this like, you almost feel like you've come upon like some ancient temple, and this is like, there's like a, you know, the priests are like, you know, humming this, you know, sort of thing, and it's like a poem, but it's also like an incantation for like an ancient spell, like some ancient spell of nature for Alkin Road, along the Alkin Road, you know?
Totally, man.
Like very
Well
spiritual,
put.
very spiritual song. And again, like another one that, you know, you look at the lyrics and it's a little bit, you know, sort of obtuse, I guess, in a way. But you just see these like images that it like portrays these different images. The turquoise lake and the starry skies and the folding waves, the foamy tide. You know, it's like it doesn't like sort of moralize, but it's just painting this like beautiful picture. And so it is like this trance, like you think it's like a it puts you into a place, you know, it takes you to this place. And maybe that's
Absolutely.
what the Alkin Road is. Maybe it's like a spiritual oneness, almost like a nirvana, you know.
Yeah, man. You make me want to listen to it.
Travel along the Alkin Road. Yeah.
Great pick. All right, so should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
So this next entry comes from Brian, who is a fellow podcaster, friend of the show, from Playlist Wars. Playlist Wars, if you've never listened to, is an absolutely, totally killer podcast about having a playlist war, basically between him and his co-host Gomez and usually a guest on the show. They have 3 different playlists from a particular artist or a particular theme, and then they'll just lay them out. Here's my tracks. Here's your tracks, and just an absolutely great show. So if you've never listened to it, please check it out.
Yeah, dude, you can really get to know a lot about someone by all the tracks. You know, like, hey, what would you put together for your playlist? Like, that's a cool question.
Really fun show.
So anyway, let's go right now to Brian's entry. See what he has to say.
What's up, Shane and Rory? It's Brian from the Playlist Wars podcast, reaching out to you with my pick of a favorite Ween song, and I'm going off their 1996 album, 12 Golden Country Greats. I'm going to go with the track Piss Up a Rope. First time I heard this song, damn near crashed my car from laughing at the lyrics. But when you listen to it again and again, beneath the humor is just a fantastically written song. Absolutely love it. It's always been my favorite song by Ween. It's my go-to track. Always puts a smile on my face. And it's just a damn good song. Thank you guys for taking the call. Hope you're both doing well and hope to have you on Playlist Wars one day. Take care.
Dude, thank you so much, Brian. It's just a real treat to have him included in the show.
Yeah, totally.
You know, what can you say about Piss Up a Rope? I mean, come on, it's one of the classics.
Yeah, you know, it's great, and I love how he sort of mentions how I feel like the lyrics are underrated because it's kind of a bawdy topic or has some bawdy content. You know, feel the pissy dribble and wash my balls and all that stuff. You can be discounted, but it really is like, I mean. And these lines are long. I mean, that's a lot of syllables in each line. You know, at least double digits. And if you've ever wondered what it's like to be me, you know, she takes all my money and leaves me no smokes. Like, that's a lot. There's a lot of words. You know, the lines are long. And it just rolls together, and there's like great alliteration and like big booty bitch, you know, like there's this great, you know, irreverent, like sort of cowboy imagery, you know. It's all sort of thrown slapdash in there.
It's one of those tracks, I think it sort of like draws a line in the sand that basically says like, are you with us or are you against us? Like, if you're going to be offended by something like this, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
You might just want to go listen to something else. You know, it's kind of one of those songs. And it's early on in the country record too. What is it, track 3, I think? You know? So, you know, it does not it does not pull any punches about this one. It could not be for you, you know.
And I also really like that this is an entry from the country album. And the country album, when it first came out, and for a while I feel like it was a little bit discounted by fans. And it sort of has aged like a fine wine.
Absolutely.
And there's some real, you know, and it's one of my favorite albums. It's awesome. I love it.
I love it.
So Piss Up a Rope is a great entry from that album. For sure. For show.
So thanks again, Brian. Should we go to the next one?
Yeah. So we got Kelsey. and she's going to tell us her favorite song. So let's go to Kelsey.
My favorite Ween song is Roses Are Free because it takes me places. Fun places.
Roses are free, takes me places. It does take me places.
It's true. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's very true, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, you know, interestingly, so every song tonight, everyone's entry, including ours, by the way, is different song.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool, dude. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
So all told, 11 different songs. And this is, interestingly, the only one of the 11 from Chocolate and Cheese.
Crazy, man.
So that's really interesting that this is the Chocolate and Cheese entry.
That's very true.
Yeah, you know, and Roses Are Free obviously is a very popular Ween song. And you have all the fish lore going on with Roses Are Free.
Right.
And the origins of all that. So it certainly is a renowned Ween song. You know, and one of the Ween songs that, if there's a Ween song that transcends, you know, to a point where it's like more ubiquitous, this is one of them, you know? That. And I just use some big words. You might have to back up and pull out a dictionary on that shit, but... So yeah, dude, Roses Are Free, you know, and...
Yeah, I mean, it really is one of those... It's like, I would say this is one of those songs... I mean, it's absolutely great on Chocolate and Cheese, but when they really started bringing it around live for the first time, you know, and just... It has that perfect amount of jam in it, just like the regular way that they play it. It doesn't have to be any kind of, you know, extended or, you know, 10 minutes long or anything like that. It has just the right amount of jam.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think the one interview with Diener from a couple years ago, I'm paraphrasing here, but something about, you know, what's your favorite song to play? And he just went right to that. And he said something to the effect of, because everyone is doing something different. Every member of the band is jamming out and everybody's doing something a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
So it was like, man, that's fucking cool, man. You know, like, great tune.
Yeah, and it's a fun song, you know? Like, don't forget that songs don't always have to be serious, and they don't always have to be all demented and goofy.
Yeah.
This is like a fun song, and it's a little bit circusy, like with the music, like musicality of it. But it's just fun. So it's invoking you get up and dance, get up and move. And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Great jam.
You know, I might not want to eat that much lasagna, but I'll sing about it. Which, speaking of that, you know, Halloween was just a few days ago, and shout out to the old Garfield Halloween special.
Yes.
I always break that out on YouTube, and I shouldn't have said that now. I'll probably get canceled on YouTube. But Garfield eats a lot of lasagna. Yeah,
that's a great one. We watch that one here with our kids as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, and it always scares them toward the end when the ghost skeleton pirates come back, and the old man's there.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, everybody, let's get back to the contest. All right, so our next entry is from our buddy Fred Moore.
We love you, Fred.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we love you, Fred, and always be keeping an eye on you on Facebook and how all the music and the audio work's going on back in New Hope and everything. So I appreciate that you take the time to give us a little love. So shall we go to Fred's entry?
Let's do it.
Hey guys, August Forming, aka Fred Moore here of Bill and Fred's Excellent Adventure and The Invitational. My favorite Ween song would be Old Queen Cole. And just because it is so over the top and in your face with your women and your wine, I mean, come on. In my opinion, it really doesn't get much better than that when you look and just see people freaking out, because it's not a song that they play very often. There you have it.
And there you have it. Thank you, Fred. That's awesome.
Great pick. Great pick by Fred. I love how he's going old school with it. God, Ween Satan shit. Fucking for life, man. You know?
Yeah, dude. And it is like a raucous, like ridiculous, like loud and fast song.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those if you're at a show and they bust that shit out, you know, you're just going to be screaming your head off.
Yeah.
You know?
And your whiskey and your wine, it tastes just fine. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Yeah, no, and it's I love that, you know, Fred's an old Ween head, so I love that he went old school.
Definitely one of the more like punk rock tunes. You know, the more I kind of think about it and the way it just is like that like barrage of words, just bam, 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 bam. There's not like really any sort of like instrumental breaks or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just fucking drives it right home, you know?
Man, you know, young, dumb, and full of cum, you know?
That shit takes me back, man.
Totally. Anyway, Fred, thank you for the entry.
Okay, so should we go to our next entry, which is from our friend Mark?
Yeah, Mark's going to tell us what he thinks.
The best Ween song? I'm shocked that it's a question. Undoubtedly, Fluffy. I mean, it baffles my mind that it's even a question.
Nice. Digging deep for that one. Thank you, Mark.
Hey, again, the country record.
Yeah, dude, another one from Golden Country Greats.
Yeah, man. And this is a good example of, again, you know, the first couple times you hear it, it's, you know, you're kind of laughing, ha ha ha, you know, but it actually is really pretty. I don't know if I would go so far as to say it's beautiful, but, you know, a pretty song, and another one that when they play it live, you're going to have no complaints.
No, and it's a great little, like, snapshot, you know, of this, like, country life on the porch. I'm envisioning, you know, like, West Texas, you know.
Another song that puts you there. It puts you right in that place.
Just a summer afternoon, 101 degrees, you know. Fluffy's chewing his leg. They got not much. But
I love Fluffy.
Yeah. The pig says to Penny, get Fluffy back on the porch. What was Fluffy doing that was so bad?
We need to have a Fluffy part 2.
Chases the other doggies, I guess. Well, but the other dog, I mean, come on. Anyway, no, it's funny, but it invites, like, deeper interpretation. Like, what's going on there?
Totally, man. There's
no, we live in a world of grays. It's not black and white.
And what color is Fluffy, anyway?
I always imagine, like, a lighter color, but who knows?
Well, yeah, I mean, the name Fluffy sort of evokes a light-colored dog.
Yeah, I would guess. I don't know. But then again, you could have a fluffy, dark-colored dog.
Yeah.
But then it would be really dirty, I think.
Well, thanks, Mark.
All right, so we come now to our finalists. Drum roll.
So our first finalist comes from our good friend, Eli Schwab.
Yeah, dude, we had a great time chatting with Eli recently, and so we hit him up for an entry for the contest, and so he had a great story to tell about his favorite Ween song, and so let's go right to that.
Take it, Eli.
Take it away.
Favorite Ween song, man. I'm just going to have to go straight for the jugular on this one about what hooked me, what sunk its teeth, what Ween song sunk its teeth deep into my groovy ears one blistery winter afternoon in Maryland. I was sitting on the ski lift at the Wisp outside of Deep Creek, Maryland. I had a CD that a friend of mine gave me. It was the first Ween CD I ever got. It was a mix CD simply called Evil. And I think I had ripped it to my old school rotary iPod at the time. And this song came on and it began to build. And I didn't know. And I had just the right amount of the sweet ganja in my body that just made everything crystallize around me as the bill ding 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 jugga jugga ding ding. And that child without an eye gazed upon me that day and forever sealed into the love of Ween. So my favorite song's gotta be A Buckingham Green.
Yeah, man. First off, great entry. You know, great story.
I love how he tells a little story there. Thank you so much, Eli.
Yeah, no, that's a classic story. An awesome song.
Yeah, man, the fucking mollusk. And
yeah, dude,
what wound up being sort of like a Ween anthem, really.
Yeah. Dude, I love just how epic the song is and that whole crescendo and everything, how it builds and builds. I mean, Eli's right on. Like, that's just such a cool song. Like, so, like, big. Reminds me of Pink Floyd a little bit.
Absolutely, man. You know, that is just, like, one of the big, like, epic numbers. And one of those tunes where it can open the show, it could be in the middle of the show, it could be the encore, and it fits. It doesn't matter.
And it's got a great soaring solo, guitar solo by Diener. Lyrically, it's got these great poetic, like, it's like poetry. It's another one of those songs that really, like, you have to think about it and unpack it kind of and, like, figure out what it means. Yeah, dude, Buckingham Green, and that's the only one from the Mollusk.
That's true too. Yeah, and the Mollusk was the album that we had both of us chose for our top 3. And I mean, again, I'm not going to say that it's, you know, my favorite album per se or their best album or whatever, but I kind of thought there would have been more Mollusk tunes on this list.
That's true.
Well, should I go first,
dude.
And I can
go ahead and
okay.
and share your favorite and just say a little bit about why, you know? Tell me what's up.
Well, as we had said, I mean, how can you really pick a favorite? I mean, it's just insanely difficult. And I mean, you know, could I say this is my absolute favorite? I mean, it's just really, really tough. But one of the songs that I always sort of go back to, definitely in, you know, my top 5, and I really don't have any qualms about saying it's my favorite, is Pork Roll, Egg, and Cheese.
Yeah.
I think,
dude, that's a good song.
You know, it's like, first of all, when I say, you know, when we bring up the different, like, albums and stuff like that, and I say, like, it takes me back, it's like, that song fucking takes me back. You know, the Pod. The Pod was, I think, maybe the second album of theirs I had ever heard. When you really get down to it, I'm pretty sure it was the first one that I bought. Mm-hmm. And back then, you know, when you bought a CD at full price, I mean, you fucking played that shit. And I played that shit over and over and over and was just like, what the fuck? But Pork Roll is one of those songs that sort of, like, brings you back up from that, like, murky depths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And is like one of those ones that, like, okay, maybe I'll cut around, I'll skip around, but, like, I'm not going to skip fucking Pork Roll, Egg, and Cheese. You know?
It's a great song.
So it definitely puts me back to that, like, place in my youth of, like, learning about Ween and, like, also, well, I know I've talked about this on the podcast before, but, like, getting off of, like, the beaten path of, like, what's going on the radio and what's going on MTV and, like, the shit that you have to do, like, when you're a young man and you have to, like, find your own shit. And that was sort of, like, one of the first things I heard that was like, whoa, like, these dudes are fucking weird and, like, this is fucking cool, man.
Totally.
You know? So Pork Roll definitely was one of those, like, breakout tunes for me. And there again, like, I can listen to it on the pod version, like on the album version. Doesn't get old. I can, you know, put that shit on repeat. I can listen to it 1,000 times. And, you know, whenever they play it live, hey, man, it's always great. It's always great. Upbeat, you know, fun. It's not one of the more deeper songs, but that's kind of one of the things I love about it. It's that fun, goofy kind of thing. You know, it does have a beauty to it in its own way, but because it just sort of has that nice, like, you know, word puzzle kind of, like, feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just fun and it's just great. I just love it.
Yeah, dude. No, it's a great tune. I love that it's kind of, like, irreverent and goof and a little silly, but also just like sweet and cute. You know, it has that like sort of that innocent, almost like an innocent love, feel to it.
Totally, man.
Yeah, dude, and it's one of my it'd be on my playlist. If I made a Ween playlist,
Hell yeah.
it would be on it. It's definitely be on it. So, and what can you say? It's also in the movie. It's just Pat.
I was just thinking about that.
And so you gotta make sure that you're representing the songs from that. Great tunes from early Ween. Great tunes.
Yeah, dude. Ween. Yeah. So you want to go ahead?
Yeah. So, I was like, okay, how the heck do I narrow this down? And I sort of had a short list, and I'm not going to bother saying what they were. A few of the other ones on our episode tonight are on my short list, but then it was like, okay, how do I really make this decision? And I decided I would go with one that had a little bit more of like a personal meaning to me, And then I started thinking, Stay Forever is what I came up with.
Beautiful song, man.
Yeah, dude. It's first off, it is one of Ween's most beautiful like love songs, if not the most beautiful love song they have. It's so well crafted. It's one of the gems of White Pepper, and it's just the sort of more slickly like produced Ween songs or Ween album, and it's beautiful lyrically, and then also vocally. Like Aaron is at his best, holding some of those notes and like making that song just be so soft and sweet. And then also there's that beautiful little solo that Diener does. So like, and all the like little guitar work in between each verse. I just think it's a great song. And then also it personally, it's kind of been around the whole time I've been with my wife. Mm-hmm. White Pepper was like the album that was sort of out when we met. And so we both were Ween fans separately and were Ween fans before White Pepper. But at any rate, it was that was like kind of the new Ween music at the time. So that was a song that we had in rotation. And I just always, connected to it, thinking about her and, the message of the song and wanting to stay forever with someone. It just sort of resonated with me, like on a personal level with my relationship.
Hell yeah. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, dude. So, that's what one I picked. But again, I mean, it's just so tough to narrow it down to one, and so you just sort of have to, we could do this episode again next year and I might have a different one.
Well, White Pepper, is just, it's just beautiful. I think it's the most like well produced and sort of like well balanced album. Without a doubt, I would say it's the one that I would, give to someone who is asking me like, well, what do I start with? I know we talked about that before, but just like that, the last, 3-4 tracks from White Pepper, I think are some of the most beautiful Ween songs.
Yeah. Of
all time, And
it packs a wallop, it earlier in the album, you might think they're not taking themselves too seriously on that album, but by the end of it, there's some real serious undertones.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would agree. If you're picking just a album, if you're going the album route for picking something for a newbie, White Pepper's probably your best bet.
Yeah, man.
Because let's face it, you're not trying to like freak someone out if they've never listened to Ween. I mean, maybe you are, but if you're hoping to have them stick around for another listen, or hoping to expand someone's horizons who's maybe a little bit of a square, let's face it, you're not gonna like blast them with God Ween Saint.
Yeah. Yeah. White Pepper is just a beautiful record, and that's just a great tune from that album. Yeah. Absolute great pick, man.
Cool, thank you. So anyway, drum roll. So this one, the winner tonight has become a good friend of ours through the podcast, and we actually had the pleasure, more accurately, you had the pleasure of chatting with him about his first show over the summer. And so our winner tonight is Cody Swallow, hailing from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah, man.
I don't really know what accent that was I just gave. So I no offense. Sorry. That wasn't like...
I knew where you were going. I knew what you were doing.
I guarantee.
You're a master dialectician.
I know. Yeah,
Is that the right word?
I'm a master at offending people of different
No, I knew what
dialects.
you were doing. Let's hear his pick.
So yeah, dude. Cody, say it in your own words. Tell us in your own words. Okay, guys.
What's up, WeenCast? This is Cody from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So this prop is our favorite Ween songs, and I've thought about this for the past few years, and I still haven't come up with anything. So I'm gonna take a little different track on this and go with a song that I've had a very distinct mental visual every time I hear it and every time I've ever heard it. I'm gonna be talking about "Flies on My Dick." This is probably my favorite track on Pure Guava. It's the mental painting that it paints inside my brain is just fucking weird and just trippy. So the image is this little shriveled up dude, you know, butt ass naked, wearing a giant like woven sun hat, sitting in the middle of a cornfield. And of course he's sweaty, he's sick, and I don't know what he's all fucked up basically. And he's got flies all stuck to his dick, swarming around, and he don't give a shit. He just la la la, as you know. And they got little frogs hopping around by his feet, and the sun's blaring down. He's sweating. You'd have to be inside my skull to really get the full frame of this, but that's about the extent of it. It's just stupid and weird, and I love it so much. So, "Flies on My Dick." There you have it. Thanks for listening.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
he
man.
he really paints a picture.
Yeah, dude. No, great story, Cody. That's an awesome image. You know, and it really, you know, it says something. Cody's an artist, and it says something and Cody, you should totally do like an artwork for this if you haven't. It shows a lot to his, you know, creative perceptions, which if you haven't checked out his work, you should. He's out there on Facebook and stuff. And we interviewed him for his first show over the summer, so you can also check that out to see some of his artwork, just to get a little taste of it. And it's great. And so knowing that he's an artist and then hearing this description, it really was like a painting popping off the out of the audio. And then also it makes me think about how Ween uses such fantastic imagery and paints such a brilliant picture with their songs.
Totally, man. And, you know, here again, this is a whole nother album that we haven't even talked about yet, which is Pure Guava. And I don't know that I would pick this one as my favorite track from it, but I feel like it's kind of another one that is just like, hey, this is our picture that we want to paint with this song, and either you're on board or you're not, you know. And there's a lot of stuff on that record, and you know, the previous albums, that it's just like, it's a little out there, man, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little out there.
Yeah, but that's just it, man. Just because it's out there doesn't mean it doesn't paint this brilliant picture, and you know,
That's
does a great job
right.
of doing what it's intended to do.
Absolutely. Well put, man.
So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, dude. And I loved it was like unique, you know, because this contest wasn't about like, oh, we are all deciding what the best Ween song of all time is or some shit like that. Like, this is all about hearing people's stories about it.
Absolutely.
And so Cody knocked it out of the park with just a great, unique story.
Yeah.
So
man,
that was pretty
totally
awesome. So yeah, man. So Cody will be getting we'll be in touch, you know, to get you your prize, and you'll get your coasters. And we just ask that you, hook us up with with like a picture of you with the coasters, or of using the coasters or whatever, you know, because we love to see our fans having fun with the stuff.
Totally, man.
Yeah, dude. You know, so that's the contest. Thank you for all the entries, and we'll totally do this shit again. Maybe we'll tweak it a little bit different again, just so every year we make things a little different, you know, a little bit better. Always trying to be a little bit better.
Yeah, this has just been another really fun contest, and we just want to thank everyone for the entries, and we just love talking about Ween, man.
Yeah, dude, and just a little bit of a mea culpa, mea maxima culpa for the delay here, but life intervenes, as they say. But anyway, everyone, hope you had a great Halloween, and hopefully this is coming out before Thanksgiving, so have a great Thanksgiving, and all that jazz.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, everybody, peace out.
Peace.